Hey everyone, I'm Miranda.
And I'm Michaela. In this series, we'll be covering house rules for board games. We will share why we love using house rules and give you some suggestions on changes to make to perfect your game nights. So today we're going to go over some more examples of house rules and how you can integrate them with your current games.
Let me just try.
One.
Do you want?
I've got some sort of chai to drink today. I don't remember what its name is. What are you drinking?
Black coffee.
Of course.
Yep.
So today we're going to go over some more examples of house rules and how you can integrate them with your current games.
Yeah, today we'll focus too on games that are really good with groups. You'll want games that you can play with 8 players sometimes, especially at holidays when you're trying to modify games to get people to play them. Our first game we actually modified had to have been in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Dutch Blitz.
Yep.
So let's talk about that one.
Yes. And I would have it to show y'all, but I'm telling you, this game is so loved, that it's a little embarrassing to show. And I need to replace it and just keep that for memories. But it is, it's rough.
I would love to do a display of it. That'd be cool.
There we go.
Yeah. But yeah, so normally Dutch Blitz is a 4-player game and it's highly speed oriented. But we always had more than 4 in our college group when we'd be hanging out in the dorms with nothing to do in Lubbock, Texas. So we needed to modify it for 8 players. And I do know that there's an expansion that will add up to 8 players, but we don't have a big table. Again, college dorm. We're down there with whatever furniture they've scrounged up, So no. So what we decided to do was create teams of Dutch Blitz. And I've got to say, it's my favorite mod to a game that we've ever done.
Yeah. So if you do know Dutch Blitz, you'll know what we're talking about when we say that you can have 2 people working with like the same deck with the same player. If you don't know how to play, then I would suggest looking up the rules real quick. It's pretty simple, but basically for this modification, instead of having the one person go through your hand to see which cards you can play down, as well as going through the ones that are on the table to see which ones you can place, you would assign somebody to the hand deck and you would assign somebody to the table placement right here, the ones that are right here in front of you. And communication has been key in this because like the person going through the hand stuff has to like be able to like see what's going on down there and tell them, wait, I have something coming up. Like, be ready for this.
Yourself.
Be ready to set that card down because this one's about to be here. Like I have like 3 more turns flipping cards. Let me just rush through it real quick. And you're kind of whispering it because the other teams are listening in. And
Absolutely. And we do allow each player to be placing, but you can only use one of your hands because normally in Dutch Blitz, use both your hands. Obviously, you got to hold the pile in.
You can do
whatever,
this,
but
place one down,
each partner can only have one hand move forward into the center of the play space. And we have another just minor house rule that all rings have to be removed.
I was just thinking about that because I know we didn't write that one down, but I was like, you know what? I just had another thought. That's a house rule too.
I don't know how violently y'all play, but
we were literally like punching knuckles. Like,
because you would go right for the same pile, and so it would just end up just boom. It would just end up a bloody mess.
It was painful, and
trying to get the last one, if you're playing with the deck of cards, the king or the 10 or whatever, like that, you're slamming it down, and that hurts.
This is partly why my deck is so bad, because the cards would crumple.
They just straight
This is not one you should be stingy about, like, oh, let me sleeve my cards, let me make sure they don't get
the slipperiness, they would just slide all over the table.
Everywhere. They would. So even if you didn't have slippery little card sleeves though, like it still just wouldn't work because I'm telling you, like one person would accidentally just punch your card, just full on punch it, and there's no like recovering from those little bends.
I don't think Dutch Blitz is a card sleeving game, so
no, surely not. I mean, but if you were thinking about it, I suggest not.
I'd be curious where Dutch Blitz ranks on Board Game Geek. Their geek rating is very strict. I don't know if other people feel that way, but I look at it and I'm like,
Yeah.
You've never rated above, I think it's an 8.4 is their highest rating they've ever done. And I'm like, dang, that feels like, well, I was going to say it feels like Rotten Tomatoes version of the movies, but sometimes Rotten Tomatoes does like 100%. You go watch it and you're like, that was total garbage.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Yeah. I pay attention to audience score now.
Yeah.
I'm a consumer. That's okay.
Consumers are great. That's how the world goes round. That's how the U.S. goes round.
Yeah, capitalism.
Yeah.
You're like, the world. Oh, wait, no.
Oh,
the U.S.
No, I mean, the world does depend, but,
Let's not get political here. Let's leave that to our game, All in Flavor.
Yeah. All in Flavor is a social deduction party game for 5 to 9 players. Mayor Tart has been found dead in his home. Don't worry about how he died. What matters is that his seat is up for grabs.
Campaign for the sweet or spicy party, or jump parties until you waffle your way to victory. Cast votes for your fellow party members, if you can find them. Make allies and enemies as you fight to be elected mayor in this election-themed party game filled with many twists and betrayals.
Okay, another family game, or really group game, large group game, is Monikers. Now, I apparently had no idea that this game existed until today. I don't know how. Kayla even showed me the cover, like, okay, you're going to recognize it when you see the cover. Nope. I've never seen it before in my life.
It's on like lots of big box store shelves, and it's just been popular. And we even looked up the BGG rating, and it's actually super high on BGG.
I was shocked. I mean, like, I know there's still plenty above it, but for a rating of 299, or a ranking of 299, a game I'd never heard about. Anyways, I guess a reason I never heard about it was because I had a game exactly like it my entire time growing up. We call it Fishbowl.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've played it before, but it's basically Monikers. It's the I threw this together at the last minute edition.
Yeah.
But
or the I don't want to pack a game edition.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
yes. All you need is paper, pens, and a bowl.
Yeah.
And of course friends. I mean that
or family.
Or family. I mean,
it's not a solo game.
It's not a solo
game. So yeah, it plays exactly the same as Monikers, really. So look up that game if you're interested. Instead of having cards that would have each of the items or they use people a lot, actually. I think Monikers is more like people related or like types of people. Like I did see when it was a Muggle. Shout out to me.
Well, okay,
Harry
I wouldn't be
Potter
bad at the Muggle thing, but I would be bad at the people thing because I don't keep track of
people.
Celebrities or
so I think Monikers is like more people related, but instead of the way Fishbowl would work, instead of Monikers having like the cards that just say what you're going to try and describe or charade or say with one word, you would just use the slips of paper. So at the beginning of the game, you would do like 5 slips of paper for each person. You write down anything. We do full on categories. Like we haven't excluded anything.
And we allow phrases too.
Yes, and phrases. So person, place, thing, or commonly known phrase. We've had some people try and like put a commonly known phrase, and it was something like I don't know, the Spurs basketball championship, like something that's not even a phrase. It's fine, Mike. It's okay.
Was that him? Yes. It has to be a phrase. But yeah, it has to be commonly known because we're strict. It has to be word for word, the phrase. I mean,
although the one that got me was whenever we're playing with our parents, they did A Stitch in Time Saves 9. And I feel like I've heard that now, but that was totally not on my radar to guess whenever it was coming up. True. So like you can kind of put some rules in that too.
But this is what's so nice about adding in your own thing is because you have these large generational gaps in your families when you play at holidays. And so, I mean, they're going to get that no problem.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, all of those phrases they'll be able to get, and they will be able to get at least some because their phrases are in the game. They might draw their own, and then they have to work out acting it out to us. I mean,
then Harry Potter stuff or Star Wars stuff would come up, and they'd all go, I don't know any of that.
But still, one of my favorite ones when it hit the charade phase was that I think Miley Cyrus was real big right then, and everyone was talking about twerking. Not that she started it, but like, I don't know. That
Or
was
wrecking
just
ball
like
or something, maybe?
maybe no, but the word was twerking.
Okay.
And the only way to really charade twerking is to actually twerk. So it was great.
I was just like praying whenever whenever it was my turn to pick those little pieces out of the bowl.
Yeah.
I was like just praying that I wasn't going to get the twerking one because
Yeah.
I really didn't want to try and attempt that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very similar to Monikers. You get it super catered to your group. You don't have to pack anything.
Inside jokes.
Inside jokes are really good. The other thing too is with my limited knowledge of trivia, I feel like going through those Monikers cards, it's like there's a chance that everybody in your group doesn't have any clue what that one card is. They have no idea how to describe it, how to act it, whatever. Well, I mean, you might have to keep skipping it, but if everybody writes their cards, like whoever wrote it down is going to know what that is.
And then if
they don't, I mean, that's a different problem, but they're going to know what it is. So even if it passed somebody and you kept like missing it, it's going to get to that person who does know what it is, or somebody's going to try acting it out. And that person who does know it is going to be like, I see it. I know what you're trying to do. It's not successful, but I get it.
Yeah. The last modification, we just reread the rules of Monikers recently, and I guess the first phase is like taboo, any words, but or a modification of it, the word or phrase. Then it's
one word,
and then it's charades. But we actually play flipped. It's, taboo the first time. Second phase is the charades, because I feel like you do have a little bit of, I don't know, you can work with it better. And then the last stage is the one word, but we are also very strict about if you say and then you're trying to say a word, um's your word.
That's it. Yep.
Then you just have to have your team start trying to recite everything they've heard from the first two rounds.
Yeah,
and
we don't allow
sometimes.
skipping. We don't allow skipping, so you're just stuck with it. You're not gonna be able to skip to go to like another piece of paper.
Yeah.
Nope.
Anyways, great modification. That's again one of my favorites. I still think Dutch Blitz mod might be my favorite we've ever done, but that one is, I didn't realize it was a mod.
Yeah.
But realizing it's a mod now, I like it. It's in the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, give the fishbowl game a try. You're not limited on number of players. As long as you have pieces of paper to give them all, then there's really no limit to it.
It's recommended that it's even, but honestly, we break that.
Yeah.
You're not going to kick out the one family
I know,
member.
like, you can't play because you're the 13th member at the table.
No, just everyone vote on who wants the person that no one wants, and then you're good. Yeah. There's always one. There's always someone in the family that is the worst at games that nobody wants on their team. In fact, it's actually like a handicap.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have the best player, so you also get this player.
Yeah.
You have to take both.
Oh. I don't have anybody in mind right now.
It better not be me. You know I'm good at games. You know I'm good.
Okay, thanks guys, and I hope you really like this video. I hope you like the content. Subscribe to our channel if you want more of this content. Let us know in the comments any games you have questions about, games that you have modifications for. We'd love to try them out, bring them to our game nights, and we're just looking forward to doing more of this.
Yeah.
Anyways, come caffeinated.